All right, so I hopped in another match with my favorite Evo Recruits Evo Skeleton Barrel deck. Obviously, wished him good luck. Played a Skeleton Barrel right off the bat to apply some good pressure, and he goes for a Witch opposite land, which I thought was interesting. He completely messes up the log, so of course I have to BM. Well played. He's already cooked, and so I play a Tesla, but I play it one tile off because I'm a little idiot. So I snowball and then goblins and archers. And somehow his balloon does not get a hit. That was very surprising. So I go in with another skeleton barrel since it's already back in cycle, and I thought he'd have elixir, but I guess he only had enough for a fireball, so he just lets me win. So yeah, that was a pretty easy match. All right, this was my next match using my favorite Evo recruits, Evo skeleton barrel deck, not Evo lumberjack. So I hit him with good luck. Split archers in the back right away because I don't have skeleton barrel in cycle, and then I play my skeleton barrel. He responds with a peculiar boss bandit, and I just am barely too slow with my lumberjack. But for some reason, he dashes back after connecting on the tower. Not very smart play there. And then he goes with a Goblin Curse Void right there. I don't know what he was doing. He was doing something funny. My goblins on the right side get a little bit of chip damage. You'd be surprised how much goblins get. They get about 1,000 damage on level 15 on level 15. Split archers in the back again, just to cycle, apply some pressure. And he goes with a P.E.K.K.A in the back, so I skeleton barrel opposite lane since he's fairly low on elixir. And if he wants to support that P.E.K.K.A, he's not going to want to spend a lot to defend that. He defends it with a Mega Knight. I was just so utterly confused. He has Boss Bandit, P.E.K.K.A, and Mega Knight. What is this dude's deck? And so I defend the Mega Knight with the Royal Recruits, Goblins, and Tesla. And then my Tesla also helps the Royal Recruits on the other side take out the P.E.K.K.A. And then my Goblins get some pretty dang good chip damage and almost take the tower and get down to about 400 health. And the Royal Recruits on the left also get some good damage, get it down to about 300. At this point, this guy's he is shaking in his boots because his elixir or his cycle is too high. I get his king tower pretty low from here too, and I thought he'd give up, so I just went in with a little lumberjack in the pocket, and but he ended up playing a P.E.K.K.A, so I was like, oh, better place that. Took his tower, which I'm surprised this dude has not given up yet because he's getting his butt whooped, if we're being honest. So he goes with a Mega Evo Mega Knight in front of his P.E.K.K.A, and again, I'm like, what is this dude doing? It's not that hard to defend these cards. Just gotta play smart. And I see that his push is building up very strong, so I just go in for the 3 crown. And he doesn't know how to defend it because he wasted all his elixir on a terrible push. And so before he can even take my right side tower, I take his king tower, and that's a good game. So I hop into another match with my famous Evo Road Recruits Evo Skeleton Barrel deck. Hit him with good luck. I play goblins at the bridge. If you do it like that instead of straight up, it'll get a little bit more damage. He defends with a firecracker and cycles a baby dragon in the back. I go with archers, but obviously I'm an idiot and I don't know how to defend baby dragon because I never go against it. So he gets a little bit of damage. I defend with a goblin gang and a snowball. Obviously, he wastes his elixir trying to defend the lumberjack and goblin and spear goblin on the other side. So I go with the skeleton bro on the other lane. He defends with a firecracker. Both his towers are already pretty dang low. I defend his firecracker with a lumberjack. Being a little bit aggressive here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Took his tower. Starting to BM a little bit. Use a snowball to spread out his troops, and I end up pushing the knight away from the Tesla, so it does get a hit. But I would rather take that than a couple Hog Rider hits and a knight hit. He defends my Skeleton Barrel with a Baby Dragon and gets no hits. I was surprised by that. I defend his Baby Dragon with a Goblin Gang, but somehow the Baby Dragon, which seems to have infinite splash range now, gets on my tower. Like, I don't understand how that's possible. So I defend his push on the left hand side with Goblins and a Lumberjack. And I don't really care about that Firecracker, but his Hog Rider does get a good little bit of damage. I would have placed Royal Recruits right there, but I did not have enough elixir. That would have been a very good push because he's low on elixir. I do end up splitting my Royal Recruits in the back as soon as double elixir hits. He plays a Firecracker at the bridge to try and take it out. And he does get my Royal Recruits pretty low. And he also plays a Baby Dragon to take out the other side. My Skeleton Barrel then drops and just absolutely decimates his tower. I'm shocked it didn't do more, since that's a lot of skeletons. I play a Snowball, Goblins, and Archers to defend that Baby Dragon and Hog Rider. I predict his Inferno Tower with a Goblin Gang. And I'm going for the 2 crown here, and it looks like I'll be getting it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a good game right there. Once again, I am playing my, you guessed it, Evo Royal Recruits and Evo Skeleton Barrel deck. Hit him with the good luck and go ahead and place my goblins at the bridge. But then I realized he's playing Dagger Duchess and realized that was very dumb. He plays a Boss Bandit, so I defend with Lumberjack and Archers. Sadly, the Lumberjack dies and the Boss Bandit still does not get a hit. I go in with the Skeleton Barrel straight up on the tower this time, just trying to see what he has. And he plays a Goblin Gang. At this point, I'm like, oh dang, he's got some good cards to defend my deck. He's not just one of those Boss Bandit Mega Knight P.E.K.K.A players like we saw earlier. While he's BMing, I go in for a Goblin Gang. He defends with minions, which I haven't seen it for a while. And then he plays a P.E.K.K.A at the bridge, which surprised me. And then he somehow his minions were not in front of the P.E.K.K.A, so the tower started targeting the P.E.K.K.A. But there's no way. Like there's just no way. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why I was trying to play those archers high because obviously it did not work. I need to get better at not doing that. Anyways, he has a furnace coming towards my tower, so I play a lumberjack to defend. But sadly, I play it too far up, so it won't. It's gonna die. But at least I get the rage damage on the tower. I mean, it's like a free spell. I went in for Goblins on offense, but he played a Boss Bandit, and his Goblin Gang on the left side gets a lot of damage. And I'm forced to defend his Boss Bandit with my Giant Snowball because he arrows my half-dead Goblin Gang. Obviously, I'm getting a little tired of this guy, so I BM him a little bit, and then I mute him because I gotta lock in. I go in with Evo Royal Recruits in the back, and I split archers up front of the tower. And then I play my Evo Skeleton Barrel in the back and Lumberjack to tank. The Lumberjack Rage pops, and I do get some pretty good damage with my Evo Skeleton Barrel drop damage on his tower. But he does have Goblin Curse, and so he decides to use his spells on that. But luckily, it's under leveled, so my Snowball just takes it out. If he was actually level 15, that would have been pretty dangerous. Anyways, he plays Evo Furnace, and it's kind of broken. So I defend with a Lumberjack, and then I go in with Skeleton Barrel as well. He plays his Goblin Curse again, so I get the drop damage and Snowball again. He goes for a Boss Bandit right after I split my archers in the back. and so I have to play goblins to help defend. Luckily, he's not very intelligent, and he dashes. And he does it again. I don't know what he's doing, but I don't think it's working for him. I go in with my Evo Royal recruits at the bridge, and then I put a little pressure on the right side for him. He just uses arrows, and then I do go. Do I? No, I do not go for Evo Skeleton Bro because that would not have been a good idea. I do get his left side tower down to only 1,000 damage though, with a minute 20 remaining. He has a furnace, two furnaces in play, so I have to defend wisely here. I'll have to save my recruits. Luckily, he's still not very intelligent and dashes back with his boss bandit. I have my Evo skeleton barrel, but he does play minion, so he doesn't get a shot on the tower. So I do snowball to take out most of the goblins. He does now have an Evo furnace, so I play a Tesla, but I do not get it in the right range. But it's still defending the goblin gang and boss bandit, which is what I needed to defend right there. I take out his minions with archers. He plays another furnace, so I play lumberjack up high to defend my archer and to kill the furnace. Obviously, doesn't work. I do go in for a defensive Tesla, obviously, because you can't play an offensive Tesla. He arrows my towers, and while his furnace dies, he goes in for a P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge, just because, nothing else with it. So I defend with my royal recruits, and that also defends the boss bandit in the other lane. And I easily defend his boss bandit, and it's a good game.